Good morning, everyone. My name is Kenny Muscat, and I work at UNESCO UNEVOC as a project manager for the BILT project, which was introduced by Rino Vitelli. And I am also the regional focal point for Europe, North America, and the Commonwealth of Independent States. And as Rino mentioned, I am here with my colleague Katarina from BIBB. I would like to start by thanking Pact for Skills project for inviting UNESCO UNEVOC and BILT for this event. We are very happy to be here, in particular because of the topics being discussed. So there is a focus on tourism, which is highly dependent on technical and vocational education training or TVET. The focus on migrants, refugees, and asylum seekers. And this is very relevant for the efforts that we do on making sure that we leave no one behind. And also the best practices is one of the activities of UNESCO UNEVOC and also the BILT project. So next slide, please. I will start by introducing briefly UNESCO UNEVOC. UNESCO UNEVOC, basically, the previous slide, please. UNESCO UNEVOC is the UNESCO center that is focusing on TVET. We are based in Bonn, Germany, and since 2010 have been specializing in TVET. The mission is to support UNESCO member states in the efforts to strengthen and also upgrade their TVET system and also skills development. And we also facilitate cooperation and collaboration among member states on TVET and skills development. Various activities that we are working on, including capacity building, technical assistance, networking, knowledge exchange, and also we advocate for TVET. Next slide, please. We look at TVET as a response to global challenges. And what are these in 2024? And we see that we have societal and political issues. And today's topic, migrants, refugees, and asylum seekers, are very much linked to these issues. We also have climate change, loss of biodiversity, economic uncertainty, uneven growth, technological change, automation, artificial intelligence, labor market dynamics, youth unemployment, and also demographic transition, which can be indirectly related to migrants, refugees, and asylum seekers. And we want to position TVET as an important component of lifelong learning, which not only responds to these to the changes that we have in the world of work, but also it can help to shape these changes. Next slide, please. So what is driving our work at UNESCO UNEVOC? And basically, it is the UNESCO strategy for TVET, which was launched in the year 2022, and this will be we will be working on this until the year 2029. And we can say that we have this strategy for TVET focuses on the individual, the learner, on the economy, and also on society. And it has three main lines of action. So developing skills for all individuals to learn, work, and live. And I would like to briefly comment on what Giovanni from Cometa before was saying. He referred to the past students as great professionals and great humans. And this is very encouraging to hear this. Of course, the perspective of Giovanni is coming from a TVET center, and we want this perspective to also be that of industry in the hospitality and tourism sector itself. The second main line of action is to develop skills for inclusive and sustainable economies. And the third line of action is that of developing skills for inclusive and peaceful societies. We have cross-cutting interventions, as you can see on the bottom right, so the national, regional, and global policy learning, the need for data collection, research, and analysis, promoting normative instruments, and also facilitating and encouraging networks and partnerships. Next slide, please. Based on the UNESCO strategy for TVET, Our own medium-term strategy for the years 2024 to 2026 covers these 8 thematic areas. So lifelong learning, equity and inclusion, multi-stakeholder engagement with the private sector, the green and digital transformation, AI, innovation and excellence, career guidance, and also global citizenship education. And I'm sure that you understand that all of these, or at least most of them, are very much linked to the hospitality and tourism sector that we are talking about today. Next slide, please. Before moving to Katarina, I would like to mention that at UNESCO UNEVOC, we have what we call the UNEVOC network, which is composed of 233 UNEVOC centers in 151 countries that are members of UNESCO. And we have 4 types of institutions. So we have the ministries that are responsible for TVET. We have national coordinating bodies. We have universities, research institutions, and also we have training providers. And as you can see, more or less, we have an equal number of TVET institutions from each category. And as I mentioned before, we work on a global level. So we have UNEVOC centers in Africa, we have the Arab states, Asia and the Pacific, Europe, North America, and the Commonwealth of Independent States, and finally, Latin America and the Caribbean. Today with us here, we have 2 UNEVOC centers. So Cometa is a UNEVOC center in Como, Italy. Earlier this year, we had the pleasure to organize a BILT conference at this institution. And also we have BIBB. So some of the UNEVOC centers are very active to the extent that, for example, with BIBB, we are working together on the BILT project. But for this, I invite my colleague, Katarina, to take over.